It's Good Time Radio.
I was born in London.
You were born in London.
There is always confusion with this. I was born in London. I spent up until the age of 7, I think it was, in London. And then I went to Jamaica with my grandparents and my sister. And we spent about 6 years there.
And then came back to London.
And then came back to London, yeah.
All right. So, which of your parents are Jamaican?
My parents are both first generation British. My grandparents are all Jamaican.
Ah, I see. Okay.
So my mum, like, for example, my mum doesn't speak patois at all.
Really?
She's like British through and through.
Oh my
her
God.
Jamaican accent is really bad. but while we were over there, we had... at the beginning, it was quite difficult, but we learned to speak patois and we're now, like, I would say...
I cannot imagine you speaking patois.
A lot of people can't imagine it, but
you can do it.
Yep. When I speak to my grandmother on the phone, for example, it's
like, so when you speak, for example, with your mom, it's like, "Hi, mom, I'm fine, and how are you?"
Yep.
And then you switch to your grandpa and say, "Wagwan, grandmother."
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
I say "Wa'am, nana."
Wagwan, nana.
Wagwan or wa'am. Wa'am is like what's happening.
One.
What happened?
What happened? Ah,
yeah,
okay. It's. I remember the concert of. It was concert of Anthony B.
Yep.
In Ostruda last year or 2 years ago, and he perfectly explained what patois is. It's broken English.
It's broken English mixed with
French.
like not just French, but if you think about all the countries that came and tried to, let's say, after Jamaica was discovered, let's say. The Spanish were there, the Portuguese were there, the French were there as well, and the English were there as well. Yep.
They were ruling Jamaica for a long time.
Yep. It was a colony for a long time.
Because Jamaica is 65 or 6 years free now.
Yep. Independence was, yep. Jamaica is, I would say, I don't know, some people would argue about this. My grandmother, for instance, is of the opinion that Jamaica was better when it was under British rule. Because
Really?
she was born there during this time. I think that... I'm not going to say my opinion on this because this is a hot topic.
All right. I'm not going to ask you. Let's come back to Poland. Why did you decide to stay in Poland?
I decided to stay in Poland because...
The dentist was so good.
It wasn't the dentist that was so good, it was my boyfriend that was so good that I decided to stay here. I knight you an honorary Jamaican today.
Oh, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
In the name of Kingdom of Jamaica. Yeah.
In the name of Haile Selassie. Even though I'm not Rastafarian, but I can...
You can do it.
Yep, why not?
Rastafari, it's another topic, but let's leave it now. When did you start cooperate with Ictus as a association?
Well, I would say maybe about 2 years ago, let's say. Yeah.
Because you are here for 4.5?
No, for 3.
3.
Wait. I came here in 2011, the end of summer 2011. Let's say.
Permanent.
For permanent,
Yeah.
yep, permanently, yep. And since, actually, I think at least 2 years now we're cooperating.
And why do you have like Ictus just one song?
Sometimes it's difficult to motivate everyone in the same way, and it's just a lot easier to focus and do what you feel passionate about doing. So I think, and as well, also with Ictus, it's the fact that the three of us, Medic, Enjoy and we have completely different styles and we have completely different taste in music as well. So trying to find some sort of common ground where we can all be on one track, it can be quite time consuming and quite
hard. Yeah, I know. You were thinking about Ictus as a band? Because for me, I know these guys, I know this association. I think we could call it association because it's not 2 people, it's plenty of people. I think it's about 20 or something like this. At
the moment there's like, in the core Ictus sound, let's say, there's 9.
9 people.
Yep, in the core.
Selectors and MCs.
Yep.
And sound
Actually,
engineers.
10 now, sorry, because we've got one more recruit, so 10 now.
Yeah. So I'm the way I see them, it's party boys and party organizers. I don't mean party in a bad way. I mean bashments, clashes, and they organize parties in some places in Poznań.
Yep.
And there's one selector, the second selector, and the MCs are just changing. And I don't think about them as a band. So that's why I'm asking if you felt it's a band.
When I say band, I'm talking about
group of people.
No, I'm talking about me, Enjoy, and Medic, because we were working towards, and still are even working together to produce music. So I do see us as a band. In terms of this Iktus thing, I would say that Iktus, for me, this Iktus sound, let's say the core of it, is more of even a family, I would say, because the guys have known each other for a long time. I'm one of the newest members, but I can see that they know each other, they're comfortable with each other, we meet like once a week just to get together and talk about whatever's going.
Or something.
Maybe not a movie, but to discuss things that are to do with the sound system, okay. or things that we want to do. And I class them as my friends. I don't see them as people that I cooperate with. I see them as friends, so that's why I say band. I would say my crew, my band, my posse.
Crew, yeah,
yep.
okay. Iktus think, damn, sorry.
Iktus think.
Iktus think. Iktus sound and Iktus think is one thing. What about you?
What's about me?
Because beside Iktus, you want to do your stuff.
Yep.
We heard changes already, but what's your plan?
But it's not really besides Iktus, because Iktus, I would say, is Iktus sound and Iktus label as well. And I'm still affiliated with Iktus. Iktus is still the core of everything. I would say just now I am exploring my own musical taste, because I know that stereotypically, being from Jamaica and having dreadlocks and being an island girl, let's say, everyone expects me to be like reggae, and one love is good, and reggae is good as well, but it's not. It's sort of like.
But it's not all the music.
Exactly. I like I've got a very diverse taste in music, let's say, and I like anything that I feel sounds good. So to be pigeonholed like that and to be told that, okay, reggae, this is reggae and you have to do that, no, this isn't for me.
Because you look like reggae.
Yeah, because you look like reggae, you have to do reggae.
That's the Polish point of view. Welcome, Poland, you know. For example, I had the girl on my university a couple of years ago, and when I was interested very much in reggae music, and when I saw her in dreadlocks, I said, oh, she would be my friend. And suddenly she knew Bob Marley, of course, and she knew some reggae music like Inner Circle and some bands like very commercial bands.
Yeah.
But she was very into electronic and dreadlocks, just because she likes the hair.
Exactly. You know why I have dreadlocks?
Because you like the hair? Because
I'm lazy with my hair. And this is like, seriously, for my texture and type of hair, it's the easiest thing. I don't have to. I used to spend, let's say, in an average week before I had dreadlocks, I would spend about 3 hours on my hair.
Every day?
Not every day, in the week.
A week? Okay.
Over the week, let's say.
It's like me. Let's come back to music. So, if you... what kinds of music are you really into, and what kind of music are really you want to do it?
Electronic music has always played, like, since I've been old enough to go to raves. Electronic music has been the main music in my life. Since I went to my first rave when it was an under 21s rave, and I was maybe 14 or 15, and since then I used to love garage music, for example. I was always intrigued by MCs. And I remember, my biggest influence in terms of being an MC.
Give me that.
The one and only Miss Dynamite. Because she was she was the first woman that I remember hearing in London when garage was hot and the grime was just starting. She made a track with Sticky called Boo. And I remember hearing this. This was like the track of the summer for, I don't remember, 2000 something, but I just felt it was just so empowering to hear that you're walking down the street, it's the middle of summer, and some really big guys are going past in their car with the windows down and they're playing Miss Dynamite, and everyone really, really loves this track. And it's a girl that is looks like a girl. It's not a guy or someone trying to be a guy. She's embracing her femininity, and she's wicked. And this was my first thing that it was just wow. I need to be working on this, because she was so inspiring for me. I think for a lot of MCs or a lot of girls now who are doing stuff in England, in electronic music or in grime or in garage, they would definitely say that she was one of
the first one.
Yeah, she was one of the first ones in that scene.
But before you met her, before you heard her, you were making new music.
Before I heard Miss Dynamite, I was maybe
trying.
I think I was probably about 12 years old, or 12 or 13. So I was always into writing, let's say. I used to write poems, I used to write songs, not necessarily
lyrics.
Yeah, not necessarily grime, but when I was in Jamaica, we had a very limited access, let's say, to hip hop, for example. And I remember getting a tape from a neighbor of mine, and on this cassette, cassette.
Yeah, cassette, yeah, I know.
There was, I just heard the voice, and a really, really epic guy that was just flowing, and I thought this was great. I found out, I knew it was Slim Shady, that's all I knew, that his name was Slim Shady, that's it. We didn't have internet then, so it was just listening to this tape and being really impressed by it. About maybe 6 months to a year later, I realized who Slim Shady was, and I started looking more into his music. DMX as well was another really, really early influence for me, because maybe these two artists are both sort of passive-aggressive people that really put their anger and their passion into their music, and this for me was really inspiring. Before I started writing my own stuff, I remember listening to DMX and not understanding everything, so I would sit there with the stereo and press play and rewind and play and rewind and write all down.
I know that. I used to listen like the way you just tell. I used to listen Dr. Alban and It's My Life like this. But he wasn't my influence at all, you know.
You know what's really bad? I'll tell you a secret.
All right, give me that.
I didn't know who Dr. Alban was until maybe a year ago in Poland. I found out who Dr. Alban is.
But do you know that he is a dentist?
Really?
Really?
No.
The guy is from Nigeria and he's a dentist.
Okay.
He's just 2-song star.
Okay.
It's My Life and Sing Hallelujah. I don't know any of his song more. You're an English teacher.
Yeah.
But did you graduate any of English philology or something?
Basically, my English theology. Okay.
Theology.
Theology.
Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
In English. My background is English, let's say, like English language and literature. That was my direction. I don't know how you would say this in Polish, but
Kierunek, I know,
yep.
I know direction.
Yep, that was my direction. At first, I wanted to go into psychology.
And why did you quit?
I started my psychology, and psychology in practice and in theory
are
quite different things, yeah. Let's say. During studying psychology for the first year is like
reading books,
research, no talking to anyone, just feeling like just being bored, basically. And I still like to talk. I still like to listen to people's problems and try to advise them.
Really? You don't say.
It's Good Time Radio.